This species sacrifices itself after cloning itself for insane tech and unity. In this video, I'm going to show you how to recreate this really unique build, showing you tips and tricks along the way and what civics and origin you need to pull this off. This is a really unique way of playing and it's actually pretty good and fun, so let's get into it. Here is the empire we will be using and I'll be running through it in more detail as we play. The main three things is the clone army origin, so we can get many pops going with the ancient clone vats, death cult, so we can sacrifice them, and experimental sentencing, so we can also test on them and sacrifice them. We're essentially killing ourselves for the greater good.
It's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
I'm playing on my standard settings, Grand Admiral, 0.75 tech and tradition costs this time, because why not? Mid-game scaling at year 50. Now, our ruler here, Steve, is a bit maniacal. He is the Death King, the chosen scientist to lead and where all the DNA for the cloning is coming from, and we're going to basically just keep sacrificing them all with criminals and the mortal initiates. Now, first thing we're going to do is, why don't we just sacrifice straight away? We're going to use togetherness first because it's going to give us unity, whereas harmony gives happiness and bounty will give resources, but we want to get unity straight away. So let's sacrifice, and a palpable hush descends across the Tiboka Sanctum. Pilgrims have journeyed from near and far to their chosen places of worship, forming new friendships and rekindling old ones along their way. Our society's rituals have been observed and invested in the newly emerged mortal initiates, whose silent procession is said to have drawn smiles and tears alike. The principal death priest at Camino led a warm sermon, calling for the faithful to be nurturing and considerate of their relationships, and to thrive in our mutuality. As each mortal initiate proceeded to the sacrificial chamber, collective sighs rang out. Each has met their end now, leaving a legacy and benevolent study. Blessed be the divine. 5 years, we get 12% unity, and our death priests are going to produce an additional 3 unity. This is great early on. Thank you. We're also going to whack Veneration of Saints on to give them 20% more output, and we're going to go for Isolationists for 10% more unity. And that's all to get to our first goal of ascending down cloning. Yes, we already have the clone army, but this is not enough. Let's construct with our food that we have on the mining station and research station, send our science ship to survey the only world we can actually inhabit near us, which is the ocean world. We're not going to need many planets. We're only going to need 2 extra, really, and those we're going to aim to make one a mortal initiate sacrifice planet, and we're going to make another planet an experimentation planet, where we're just going to have lots of criminals, or so we've deemed them, criminals, as test subjects to sacrifice. Speaking of tech, let's select us. We're going to go for the workshops if they appear, and the lab and dynamic center. This is because it gives us more research jobs and a +1 to production per 100. Over here in our situation, we've gathered imprisoned individuals and we've subjugated them to scientific experiments. We can significantly increase the pace of our technological advancement. We only have 100 so far, but we can build more experimentation chambers to gain more test subjects. Let's start researching down society, and once the situation finishes, we'll get an insight on a society technology, but 50% of our test subjects will be destroyed. It's fine, we'll just clone more. Now, for some reason, I did go natural engineers, even though we are running with these nice biological ships, which are going to cost us food to build, and to research better ships, we're going to need society, but that's fine. That's future me's problem. This, however, is going to aid us in our second goal. Because we're so aggressive, xenophobe, militarist, spiritualist, we're going to try and find another species, take their species as livestock, and then sacrifice them into food to then build our ships. So basically, the entire build is sacrifice.
Oh yay, I'm a sacrifice!
We're going to destroy the stronghold because we do not need soldier jobs at the minute. Get out of here. And let's split our military fleet up, add our leader here, and let's go and explore and find out other ocean planet, which could become a massive sacrificial temple. Now, how does the clone origin work? Well, to start with, we have 5 clone vats we can build, but they're ancient clone vats, different to normal ones. For each one, they can sustain 2,500 pops. So you can see we're actually almost at the max on our capital. So we're going to want to build another one. They are expensive though. It's 600 minerals, but we're definitely going to want that because we're going to want more and more pops in our capital. And for each one, it gives us +2 monthly organic growth, which is pretty nice. So let's start off by buying, I don't know, 30 minerals, and we can sell few consumer goods and alloys to hopefully balance that trade out. I'm also going to replace the crew quarters with a hydro bay so we can get 10 more food. Food's going to be important. We are still negative in trade, so let's go down to like 25 minerals. We're -8, but it's fine. Let's sell a couple more consumer goods. Our first tradition here, we're going to go mercantile. We're going to make any excess civilians that we have on our planets produce us trade, which we're going to have a lot of to start with. So this is good early game. We can also then change our trade into unity or consumer goods later on. As you can see, we have 1.4 thousand civilians, so we kind of want to put them to work. So I might just build a mineral district to start with, since we don't really need more pops yet, but we do need minerals to build up our planets. Just grab adaptive economic policies, come over to government policies and edicts, trade policy, and start getting trade into unity. We'll go from 57 to 64, and that's only going to increase with the more trade we get. And then after this mining district, we will build food districts, since we do need a bit of food income for ships and star bases and colonies. We have found Amar Alvio, which they're trying to kill us. Let's do first contact there. Now let's get our civilians producing trade. We have a few of them, so this will bump our trade into the positive and give us a bit more unity. So the great thing about these civics is it's not just about sacrificing. The experimentation chamber also gives test subject jobs and experimental engineers, which are going to give us some resources like science, and experimental engineers also give us science. The sacrificial temples also give us death priest jobs and mortal initiate jobs, with death priests giving us some society and a whole bunch of unity. Now, I think we're going to make our capital a huge experimentation chamber, since the mad scientist Steve has willed it. So after this agricultural district, we're going to start building experimentation chambers to get us science going. Unity is not too bad, and the second colony that we can build soon can start being the Death Cult Shrine. We are going to need a third colony though to give us consumer goods. Kanavek is right next to Amor. That's odd. Unfortunately, we're not sacrificing or recultivating any wildlife in this run. Let's get 10% more trade. This scientist is done there, so let's explore. We don't really need other planets. It's quite a nice build where you don't have to rely on the RNG of planets you get, but we do need ocean worlds. Mainly because we've gone aquatic, so we get huge bonuses for being on ocean worlds, since we only wanted a guaranteed habitable worlds, but we get negatives for being on non-wet worlds. Okay, we can build that colony ship now, so we will. And now we will wait to build the outpost there. There's a continental world here, which could work, but again, we're going to be limited to our ancient clone vats. We get more pop happiness, then we're just going to run unity of evolving society. Let's build that outpost. I'm going to stop selling consumer goods now and buy a few less minerals, because we are going to want as many consumer goods as we get. And we found our ocean world, so we're going to survey towards that. Let's reduce our market fee, because we are buying things, and we built here. Let's improve the resource, and we're going to want to build star bases when we can. We just have not enough food. Maybe we want to buy a couple bits of food, and again, we're just going to spam experimentation chambers, but we should probably get another ancient clone vat here, but we might want to not, because we might want 2 on the death cult world, 1 on the consumer good world, so we're going to hold off for now. Let's just get more chambers. Why are there so many planets around us when I don't need them? So a cool thing about the death cults is unity jobs have been replaced by them. However, when we do build a sea district, we don't get more sacrifices for mortal initiates. So building a sea district doesn't really help us here. We want the building slots to be filled first with the chambers, which is going to help us progress and give us a better reward on this situation. It's not great at the minute, only 6%, but hey, we'll get it up. Okay, first colony is here. Colonize, my friend. Okay, we can build our first star base. These are going to be important. Oh, this planet has populations on, and they're volcanic. We might have found our first livestock. Another experimentation chamber, I think so. Let's just grab unity and spiritualist ethics attraction, finish off mercantile, get our first ascension perk, which is going to be more unity, and we have our first event related to the origin. We have a debated origin, where some believe our creators as gods, others see this as a curse that we're being made to be slaves. Well, I will tell you that Steve is the god, and you are all the slaves, don't you worry. We've got debated origin, which is giving us negative unity, but this is fine, we'll get through this. Steve will guide us, look at him. Only aged 20. Ignore that he'll die when he's 40. We'll find a cure, Steve. We'll find a cure. Okay, I really just want to get this planet under our control straight away. They have 97 garrisons. We should get our colony going first. Okay, the aggression thoughts are seeping in. We need to calm down a bit. Get at least 2 colonies going. You can see we're getting 300 criminals now. Good. We're up to 100 tech. I really don't think we need a medical center. We have the clone vats. I believe the 10% from the jobs do apply, but we're almost at the maximum pop growth. So do we need that? No. Yeah, the from jobs plus 10%, but we're at max. Get it gone. We don't even need the amenities, really. We kind of do a little bit, but it's fine. Oh yes, I forgot as well on our capital, we did get an excavation site. We should 100% try and do that as soon as possible. It's going to help progress through the origin. And on our new starbase, we're going to build 2 trade hubs, giving us 8.8 trade each, but also getting converted a bit into Unity. Then we're going to build a Hydro Bay when we can. Let's stop selling alloys. We can also build the colony when we get the alloys. We need alloys. Let's buy some alloys. Our next tradition, I'm not even sure. We are aiming for cloning, but to get that we need biomorphosis. I do just think prosperity is great. It's going to give us more mining station output, which is going to help. More resources, less upkeep. Prosperity is just solid. Our experimental research has been complete. We've done some groundbreaking experiments on our live subjects, providing us with valuable knowledge, which can stimulate further technological advances. Now, where do we go next? We'll just keep doing society, and it gave us 9% genome mapping. So it's a random tech, it's not what we're researching, which is a little bit annoying, but we will just keep doing it. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have a good scientist for excavation, but we do have a tier 2 scientist, so we'll put you there and then get a new scientist to survey, but we'll wait for it to reset. We're like 50 days off. Could get a good excavation one. We did not, but we got someone with Spargo Junior, so sure, you can go on there. We'll put them on the council. Okay, we don't have any more room for experimentation chambers. We could move the ancient clone vacs over to the mixed industry instead, but we'd have to destroy it and rebuild it. So I'm just going to start building city districts to get more science, alloys, consumer goods, Unity. We will eventually get rid of the mixed industries here to build all experimentation chambers. Don't you worry. But for now, we cannot do that. And now we have a lot of spare food. Let's build a little bit of an army. Nope, clone army. In the eyes of Steve. Speaking of Steve, we can sacrifice again. Now, I don't think we really need more mineral and energy output. I think we just still want Unity. We're down to 30 somehow. So let's do a togetherness sacrifice again. Let's be the divine. Back up to 54. It's quite good. We've found someone. The capital's Warcraft. Let's do our envoy. Oh, we can hunt the amoebas for 1,000 energy every time we destroy them. We might do that. Pops are declining. No. We are going to immediately need to build the ancient clone vat so we can sustain some pops on this planet. And I think we immediately just start building sacrificial temples. Okay, we've got our transports too. Let's go and invade hideous creatures. Look at them. We should easily win this. Perfect. So they do exist on this planet. None of our pops are going to come over. What we can do is set their rights for livestock. Because they're infernal, they're going to produce us alloys, which, sure. Now, we could have made them orderlize to increase our researcher output. Maybe we do that later on. But for now, I think we just have them as livestock, and they are just producing us. Their upkeep's more alloys than what they produce at the minute, but it is because they have low stability, culture shock, you know, the standard. We should probably resettle them off this planet, but we can't because they have stellar culture shock. So I guess they're just going to have to exist here. Revnak 1 now has criminal stuff, which actually gives more bonuses to our test subjects and experimental engineers, but we don't have any there, so we have to wait 10 years, essentially. Maybe we can build some luxury residents for them to have positive amenities. Some of our test subjects are trying to escape. We can get Unity as they earn their freedom. We can shut down the operations, or we can get more progress. I will take the Unity. They have earned their freedom. We will just grow them back. Let's get less infrastructure cost and more build speed. We're also going to fortify the border on for more star bases, so we can start spamming them in all our systems that we have. And the pops are growing quite well here. Let's keep building. To be fair, I think we need a little bit of basic resources. Especially energy. So maybe we build that first. No, we should build it on here, one of them. Are there any minerals? Yeah, let's get these star bases going. More trade, more food. We're taking down an asteroid. Hopefully that'll give us some minerals. Again, we got 15% to eco simulation. Let's do some physics now. Asteroid destroyed 900 minerals. Build another day district. We probably should have cleared some blockers. So we will do that. And we get our next planet, which we're going to have the ancient clone vat on. We'll try and make this an industry world. Probably should have built the research buildings that I harped on about so much. Would have been a good idea. I got so wrapped up in sacrificing.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Issue is I don't think they apply to the experimental engineers, and we can sacrifice again. We're obviously going to do the Unity again. Keep going Unity. We also now have factions, promote the spiritualists, and they want to ban robots. Sure. Beef Simulocks. They might become our food. They do look pretty tasty. We finally finished the dig site too. This will take a bit to thinking. Okay. Our history has shown we were made just to be an army. Now, do we lie for 20% unity or do we tell the truth? I think we should tell the truth. No more debated origin. Honorable leadership for 10 years we get 10% unity and happiness. Our unity is flying now. Okay, I think I should maybe replace the chambers. Get a bit more natural tech going. We now have the biocode cipher. Let's research that. We'll work out the vats and we finish prosperity. Let's get tech ascendancy for more tech. Let's expand the council because death cult could give us more edict effect. Ascension could give us more unity and less subjects lost. Don't really care about the subjects lost though. The next tradition, I don't actually know. Let's just go supremacy so we can build up to murder and get some food sacrifices. Oh no, we're finally getting a revolt brewing. Not great because we were a year away from actually being able to fix this. We now have the crosswords. Do we go for fertility or we get the clone descendant and destroying our vats? Or do we go clone potential? We get the upgraded cloning ascension path and we fully go damn cloning. Yes, we're doing that. What if I negotiate with crime lords? Does that give me more stability? No, they hate it here. Okay, well, we can resettle now. And I think this is going to be bad if we do it, but funny. So let's just try and resettle. Okay, they just rebelled. This is an act of war. They have 1,000. Okay, that was we have made mistakes. I could give them social welfare, which gives them more happiness. Are you guys happy yet? No. The issue is they're not going to be happy because they're livestock, and I can't resettle my own pops here because we don't have a clone vat. We can try and build a clone vat here to make it more stable. We're up to 30 stability. 46. Okay, it's going down, and then we can resettle, disband it. I'm pro. It didn't take another attempt to fix that. Don't you worry. And now we have a consumer goods shortage. I know what I'm doing. I am a little bit rusty. I haven't played for like a month. Okay, the planet's fixed. We can now resettle everyone to Camino. We need energy though. Sell food, energy. We can abandon this filthy volcanic world. Let's destroy this. And it should just die then once we have moved everyone. I'm gonna resettle some to other planets too. And now this planet should just die off. Crime is actually good for the criminals that we're gonna have. We're producing alloys from livestock, so we don't need to waste stuff for alloys because we're not going to need many alloys since we're bioships. We just need to fix our consumer goods and then we can replace the mixed industry here with another, well, not even an archives, it will be a research enclave. We can build more experimentation. Scum and Vinley, yes, more output. What we wanted, my friends. Oh, and I haven't sacrificed. Our unity is pretty good. Do we now go for bounty? Yes, let's try it. With 12% minerals, 12% energy, and we get the unity from death free, so we get that every time. That's pretty good. It's a 240 unity. Minerals is fixed. Alloys is good. Stability sucks here. Well, what if we negotiate with crime lords? We get the crime. Yeah, we get the stability. We want the crime. And we've now just got our fullest potential. We get a specimen and we get the upgrade to the cloning tree, which means clone vats sustain more pops. I didn't know it did that. That's pretty good. We just need biomorphosis now. And this planet should just die so we don't have to waste the influence and energy to disband it. It's all coming together. Give me research enclave. Just to check, 2.7, they have an upkeep of 11 alloys, but they're producing us 18 livestock. The main issue, we don't have enough pops in our capital to work things. So let's get rid of the enforcers since we want crime. Automation will help reduce jobs. So let's try and get the automation check because we don't actually have any test subjects. Mature Mauler. More experimentation chambers. I mean, what's funny is I'm kind of messing about killing everyone. We have almost 300 unity, 360 science, 20 years in. Yes, our consumer goods keep going weird, but we are fixing that. And what we should probably do now is build a Mauler that's empty, but it will grow into the mature. And then with any excess food we have, we can just build the empty one and it will just grow up. And then we can go murder these to get more food, and then we just scale because we're fooding everywhere. I just don't know where to build the 5th clone vat. Kind of think our capital, but I don't know. I'm doing it. And then we can upgrade all these to get more jobs. We've lost our volcanic world. Disruptors. By the way, clones also get huge bonuses with their commanders. 35% fire rate and range. We're also getting more habitability, more job efficiency for elites. Yes, we have more upkeep on alloys, consumer goods, and minerals. We also get more army damage, army health, and complex and specialist drone output by 25%. Our consumer goods, though, they're collapsing. We need to fix that. We can if we actually had more pop growth on this planet. I keep forgetting we need to enable the bounty every 5 years. It's pretty annoying. Let's just keep doing that sacrifice bounty. Arc furnace. We won't need to then use our planets for minerals and alloys, which would be very nice. Supremacy's done. Biomorphosis time, my friends. it's cloning time. We need to build genomic research facilities. I keep doing this. No building slots. Let's get that down. Expand that council. Let's get the sacrificial edict effect +2 per level. Whack you there. Put random governor there. Really, we should have moved this around. So we have governor here giving us more consumer goods and stuff. One of the scientists on our capital, and then the other leader on here. Steve's actually getting on, but our age has gone up from when they die. He also now has a son, Starlight, the Death Princess. Just in case he dies, the DNA will keep going. We have so many techs because stupid experimental testing just giving progress to random techs. Let's go for genome mapping just in case. And Dyson Swarm, meaning we won't need our energy from planets either. I'm gonna sacrifice again, 10%. Need gene tailoring now to progress. There's an 18 arc furnace here. We will do that. And Dyson Swarm, our capital. How did this empire skipped into this system? That's very annoying of you. You are peaceful traders though. They can be our megacorp friends. 20% energy and minerals because we filled up the jobs a bit more. We just need pops on this planet. We're flying through decks now. 610. 34 years. It's not like the best build, but it's quite unique. The fact that you are just killing your own pops and then regrowing them constantly. Oh, we found the blood swarm. We must be clones. Cloning is here. Clone soldier pops sustained by clone vats +500. So does that mean our clone vats sustain more pops? Oh, that's pretty sick. Reduce clone vat upkeep, more pop growth. Genomic facilities sustain 1,000. Why have I not played this since Biogenesis? What? We can alter stuff, backup clones, and we have one more that we need. I'm fairly sure when we finish this, we can build more clone vats. So yeah, we can actually get quite a few pops on these planets now. Now we can create templates. We can get rid of unruly, make them robust, and vat grown. It's free. Why not? Says default. Can even change these up. Job efficiency for livestock. Yeah. Get rid of slow breeders. Then give them rapid breeders. There we go. We're quite far off getting this finished. So let's do togetherness to get a bit more unity. 20% more unity. Up to 320. Here we finally can get artificial population, which is going to give us more job efficiency, less crime, which is a bit annoying. But clone soldiers per medical buildings +500. We don't actually have any of yet. But we also can build more clone vats, which means we can spread to like other planets because we only have to build clone vats on them. That's pretty cool. We can now embrace change, which gives us backup clones. And we get an Ascension pick. Let's get Galactic Force projection for the naval cap since we were over. We're going to build a whole host of juveniles, wait for them to grow up, and then we're going to take over the Murlocs and make them livestock and see how that goes using the power of sacrifice. Which, speaking of, we can upgrade these because we have some rare crystals, which gives us some more criminal jobs. 20% monthly minerals and energy. What's great is it applies to your monthly income. So that includes the Dyson Swarms and arc furnaces. Okay, while we're doing this, I want to just see what happens if we spam chambers. Like, how much percent can we get to each time? Because we're currently at 15%, which is quite a lot. We only have 500 criminals. We'll start building some on other planets too. Wait, if we get these research supports, could we build the chambers then? Definitely could if we had eco-monopolises. But these people are at war now. Okay, we'll start claiming then. Give us everything. We'll upgrade and then we'll fight for the glory of Steve. Starlight will lead our armies into battle, and it really is the fight for the strongest in the galactic community. Memento Mori is rushing down. Teeth Murlocs, the winner here, might cement themselves as the galactic champions. We see actually like 22,000 of them, which is a bit scary. Maybe build a few more ships. But war will be raged. Let's claim that last planet first though. I believe in our biological ships. I believe in our soldiers. We will charge. Activate the edicts. We actually should probably let them clean up Memento Mori's mess, or are they not going to? No, they are going to. Yeah, you guys clean that up. We'll follow behind and retake it all. Are they even going to go fight Memento Mori? Yeah, we'll watch this. Memento Mori dies. Good. We're now first. Got 33% to prove deflectors now by improving the crime. The amount of criminals we have. Upgrade them all. Oh, did they just peace out? They did. Okay, well, we'll go murder them. They will immediately get completely destroyed, and we will charge their capital down, I guess. Or at least charge this fleet. We should wait here. Yeah, die. Peaceful traders want a commercial pact? Sure. Another battle we will easily win, and we're not afraid to sacrifice our ships. I don't know if you guys knew that. On their capital, kill everything. Do we have enough to invade? No, of course not. but that's fine. Let's just take everything down and just keep building perfected clones. Sell everything for food. We need the clones. We can take these planets. Okay, we've got close borders, which is an issue because they're going for the space I can't get to, so we better catch them. Okay. They were literally one system away from evading me. That would have been bad. You're getting 39% progress now. That's pretty good. Well, since we're completely cut off, Starlight's going to have to go to Warcraft, the capital, and wait for the bombing to commence. We've taken every other planet, just waiting for that capital now to fall. Got up to 40% now. That's pretty good. And fortunately, the research supports you can't build the enclaves, but you can build the workshops there. What? Why did they just... I don't understand how this system just popped up. We've finally grouped up our armies. Starlight can take the planet, and we can win the war. That was an annoying one. We have taken everything, and it's the end of them. Right, so this probably means we can just build medical centers and clone vats to then support our clone population on here, and then turn all these pops into livestock. We even have more thermophiles. Organics for food, Murlocs for food. That should mean our food goes from -200 to, plus 381. Build clone vats everywhere to support the bot growth. And like future plans, if you're continuing this, would be to try and terraform all the planets. Why do they have 5 hollow theaters here? What? And on here, what the heck? But yes, you'd want to keep expanding, keep getting livestock, use the livestock to make more ships, go murder, get more planets, terraform into ocean worlds, and even get more experimentation complexes to do a huge percentage of random techs. We'll leave it there so you can continue on with the setup. Quite fun to use the new clone army with Biogenesis since I haven't before, and just sacrifice everything with the 2 civics. If you enjoyed this and you want to know what changes I want to see for this year, click this video. There's a bunch stuff I'm hoping for, and I did get a few right last year.
Good to know.